Do you want to talk about how to do accept questions since we were talking about accept questions?
Yeah, we might as well. The one piece of advice that I tend to give people when they seem to struggle with accept questions is I will answer the question by ignoring the word accept and just crossing out any answer that is correct. And I say correct in air quotes because, like, let's say, for example, it says each of the following strengthens the argument except.
Yep.
I'll just be like, okay, if I see an answer that strengthens, then I'll cross that out.
Right. It's like there are 4 correct answers and 1 wrong answer.
Yep.
Instead of 1 correct answer and 4 wrong answers. So
That's
you just
correct.
like choose, it's one that's asking you to choose the wrong answer.
Yep.
I agree. That totally works. Another thing to, another just note is that the wrong answers there, right, which are right answers, you're not picking it because it does answer the question. If it's an accept question, each of the following strengthens except. The 4 strengtheners, it's critical that you recognize that they don't have to be great strengtheners.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just that the right answer, the one that you're supposed to pick, doesn't strengthen at all or actually weakens the argument.
And that's critical because a lot of people, when they first start studying, right, they're looking for the answer that weakens. And it's like, no, you've gone too far. The correct answer could just do nothing.
Right. Well, I mean, that would be a hard strengthen accept if the correct answer is just irrelevant.
Yeah.
On easier strengthen accepts, then yeah, you might find one answer that just clearly weakens the argument. There might be one that goes both ways,
Mm-hmm.
but it could just be something that's irrelevant as well. The 4 right answers, though, you should be able to see how they help the argument from a little to a lot.
Yep.
And so it's like, you kind of got to lower your, I find that if I'm doing your method, right, of like, there's going to be 4 right answers and 1 wrong answer, and that's the one I'm going to pick because this is an accept question.
Yeah.
That works. If you're doing it that way, you just need to recognize that the right answers, the ones that you're not going to pick, they don't have to be great because there's going to be 4 of them.
Yep.
It's just that the wrong answer, the one that you are going to pick for that accept question, is like really, really bad. Like frequently it will hurt the argument. Other times it'll just be a whiff. So but the 4 that you're not picking, like they don't have to be a sufficient assumption of the argument. They do not have to prove the author's conclusion on a strengthen accept. They just help it at all. And then the correct answer is the one that does not help it at all. While we're here, I guess it might be useful. We're already kind of discussing it anyway, but if it says each one of the following must be true except, or on logical reasoning, it would probably say each of the following can be properly inferred from the statement above, except. If it says that, then remember there are 4 that must be true.
Must be true. Yep.
And you've got to be able to translate that into, okay, so what does the one, like what is the characteristics of the one? There's 4 that must be true. So there's 1 that does not have to be true. So what does it mean to not have to be true?
It still could be true. It just doesn't.
Could be true.
Have to be. Yeah.
But that's also not going to make it correct. Just because it could be true doesn't make it correct. The one correct answer, if there are 4 that must be true, then there's 1 that could be false.
False. Yep.
And you should be able to pretty fluidly go back and forth. So like, what if I said to you, Ben, each of the following undermines the argument except. So what's that analysis look like?
Undermines except. So that means 4 answers are going to weaken the argument on some level. And then the correct answer is either going to do nothing or strengthen.
Yeah, it's the one that does not weaken, which could strengthen or just includes irrelevant. Okay, what if it said each of the following could be false except?
Okay, so could be false except. So 4 of the answers could be false. They don't have to be false, but they could be, which means the correct answer is something that must be true.
Yeah.
That is the opposite of could be false.
Yeah. If it can't be false, then it has to be true. It's all really common sense. I mean, it's not like this is not rocket science at all. This is just what it is it's reading it really carefully, understanding what they're asking you, and then thinking about it. Okay. Each of the following could be true, except, okay, so 4 of them could be true.
Yep.
1 of them cannot be true. Oh, which one must be false?
Yep.
Right. All of the questions, all of them that use except or not, cannot, or whatever these other words are, they can all be rephrased. Like you can reverse it.
Yeah, you don't have to leave it as an accept question. You could just translate it into a direct question.
Yeah.
But this is so as a test taker, you need to be able to translate these things and get good at that. But if you, for whatever reason in the moment can't, that's why it's okay to just say, okay, it asked me for each of the following could be false, except. So, okay, I can't translate it for some reason. Let me just cross out anything that could be false and just keep it direct. Like you can control this test. You can get there multiple ways, right? It's the same with getting a question wrong. There's multiple steps. There's multiple ways to get to the correct answer. You can cross out 4 answers and just pick whatever's left, or you can figure out why the correct answer is correct. And anyways, that's what you want to get good at, all those different skills.